Hey guys, ShipSonic123 aka John here. Welcome to episode number 19 of the Milan Career Mode. 3 games for you guys in today's episode. The first one, we go away to face Sassuolo in the Serie A, looking to continue our good start to the Serie A season, which we won our first Serie A game in the last episode against Roma. 3-0 as well, with 2 goals from this guy, Arkadiusz Milik, the Polish striker. Obviously, he gave a rather large contribution to that game in the end, and we're obviously thankful for that, as you would probably imagine. Anyway, these were the 2 lineups. I went with the regular lineup for this game against Sassuolo because Sassuolo are a very good team, and they've got some very strong players. Into the game then, and Sassuolo will come forward here to Frel, who would turn inside Regani, get the ball into the box. It would be shot by Masrelli, and it will go behind for a goal kick, and it would be Sassuolo 0, Milan 0 at half-time. In the second half, Federico Cartavia would find Arkadiusz Milik, whose shot would be saved by Consili in the Sassuolo goal. And then from that, Cartavia again would pick up the ball in the cam position, slide in Belotti, who would shoot, but it would be saved by Consili, so it would remain at 0-0, and it would finish Sassuolo 0, Milan 0. So we dropped 2 points in our second Serie A game. So into our third then, following a completely uneventful deadline day, I think we sold Diego Lopez and Luis Adriano, and I forgot to show you guys, but it's not like we were going to use those guys anyway. That's when we wanted to sell them. Anyway, for the second game today, so we take on Cagliari here at the San Siro in Serie A, following that victory over Sassuolo. As here, Paul George Ntep was listed as a player to watch for the game. Now, I've been impressed with Ntep. Maybe he hasn't made the highlight reels much, or maybe you guys haven't noticed him, but certainly from playing the games, I would know that Paul George Ntep is the real deal. No doubt about that in my mind anyway. And this is the lineup we went with for the Cagliari game, unchanged, if I remember correctly. And looking to, continue the good run of form. Into the game then, and from this kick out here, the Cagliari goalkeeper would commit suicide here by passing the ball straight to Andrea Belotti, but unfortunately Belotti let him off with a warning as the goalkeeper put it behind. From there, Suso would pick up this free kick, shoot, but hit the post from 24 yards. And then into the second half, no, not into the second half, sorry, João Pedro here would slide in his teammate, but the shot would be saved by Donnarumma there. From the corner then, swung in by Isla, headed on, it comes to Bruno Alves, and the shot would be saved by Donnarumma as well. And then Cagliari again coming forward, Djordjevic here, sliding in Isla, and the former Juventus and QPR man would have a shot saved by Donnarumma once again, as Donnarumma keeping us on level terms here, which is not the easy thing to admit when the team you're playing is Cagliari. And then also Desena would find Bonetta here. He would be saved by Donnarumma as well, so we'll go into the break at 0-0. And then to the second half, Cartavia here would slide in Paul George Ntep, who would cut inside onto the right foot, shoot. It would be blocked though and go behind for a corner. And then we would hit the counter-attack here. Cartavia sliding in Arkadiusz Milik, through on goal with the left foot. Milik finds the bottom corner to make it Milan 1, Cagliari 0, as the Polish striker gets his 3rd goal in 3 Serie A games to make it Milan 1, Cagliari 0. The Polish striker, the €35 million man, has shown once again why he was in for that much money. He's had a bombing start to this season. Like I said, 3 goals in 3 Serie A games is no mean feat, and he slides the ball into the bottom corner past the Cagliari goalkeeper there to make it 1-0 to the Rossoneri, as he shows just why he was worth every penny we spent on him. Following that, Belotti here would slide in Suso here, who would find Belotti once again. Into Locatelli, who would find Cartavia, have a shot saved, but on the rebound, Cartavia would turn it in as the Argentinian would make it Milan 2, Cagliari 0, and surely seal the 3 points as some players morphed to the advertising hoardings there. Anyway, the former Valencia man Cartavia, first shot saved by the Cagliari goalkeeper, but then he turns on the rebound to make it 2-0. Actually, the build-up play here, Locatelli sliding him in, saved by the goalkeeper, but in the end, Cartavia would turn in a rebound, as I just said, to make it 2-0. And then in the 90th minute here, Pino off the bench would slide the ball along the ground towards Niang, also off the bench. He would attack his man here, come inside the box, try and Burba spin around the goalkeeper. He'd be taken down, and the referee would give a penalty in the 90th minute, and would also give a red card to the Cagliari goalkeeper for bringing down Mbai Niang, who was trying to Burba spin around him, as he had a chance to make it 3-0 and, put the icing on the cake at the end of the day, as definite red card as well. Niang approaches, Raphael comes out, Niang's Berber spins around him. Raphael didn't intentionally bring him down, but definitely a foul, definitely a penalty, definitely a red card. And Arkadiusz Milik would put away the kick from 12 yards to make it Milan 3, Cagliari 0. As for the second time, Milik has scored 2 in a Serie A game, bringing him to 4 for the season in just 3 games. So from 12 yards, confident as ever, the Polish man, as the standing goalkeeper wearing number 2 there, could only just look as Milik powers the ball into his bottom right-hand corner, or, well, bottom left of his left, and as his first action, having been brought off the bench, would be to pick the ball out of the back of the net, and it would finish Milan 3, Cagliari 0. Following the game, we get an international management offer from Egypt, and Egypt, a team we're not really looking to manage right now. And also some player training following that game for the September trainees, that Jose Mauri and Giannakos on the reserve team. As of course, Jose Mauri coming back from loan, having been on loan at Empoli last season. David Pino there rejected the contract we offered him. I don't think you saw that, but he asked for an increase in wages. What does a 72-year-old, or not 72-year-old, 72 overall, 19-year-old want? 17-year-old. He wanted 650 quid a week. We offered him an improved contract. He wanted an improved squad role, so we gave him squad rotation player to the future first team player, because realistically, squad rotation player is what he's going to be. He does start this game here against Club Brugge as well.
One area I know they've been concerned about is difficulties from balls into the penalty area. He needs somebody to head them away, and here we are with the new signing.
Yeah, he's a player that likes to attack the ball. He doesn't shy away from the physical side either.
As you see there, I gave a debut to Cesar Montes, the Mexican centre-back. He was given the number 3 automatically. I do, after this game, change it because obviously the number 3 Milan shirt is retired. The only person who's going to be allowed to wear it, the only exception, is either one of Paolo Maldini's 2 sons, who were both in the Milan Academy. And after this game, I do give him, I believe, the number 14, Montes. But he just started the game, and you hear Martin Tyler and Smith talking about him. But anyway, and David Pino picks up an injury following that game, and he was forced to be taken off as well, so we don't know how serious it is at this point. And Hashim Astor there, who was also starting, put that ball wide of the post, and it would be Club Brugge 0, Milan 0 at half-time. Then to the second half here, Club Brugge would come forward, pass inside towards that guy, and towards Cloudemir, who at the first time shot would find the top corner and make it Club Brugge 0, Milan 1, as we get up to a terrible start in our first Champions League game, as the Belgian side Club Brugge take the lead in Belgium as we fall behind to the boys in blue. The boys of Blue Man United a couple of years ago. And Cloudemir here picks up the ball, the number 6, first time shot, and the man wearing the captain's armband for Club Brugge finds top corner. No chance there for Gianluigi Donnarumma, as he just it completely evades his grasp. Then Cloudemir again would cause trouble, getting the ball into the box. To be headed away by Montes, come to Castillo, who would shoot. It would be saved by Donnarumma though, as he prevents Club Brugge from doubling their lead and putting us in serious trouble away from home in Europe. With the shot there saved. And then we would try and equalise here with Mbai Niang fighting off the challenges there, driving forward, shooting, but it would be saved by the Club Brugge goalkeeper and cleared by Van Rijn, as the ball's behind for him and throw in. And then Club Brugge would come forward, 20 minutes to go. Vesson here would turn side into his right foot, shoot with the left foot, and Donnarumma would save and put it behind for a corner. And then Cloudemir here would slide in his man, who would put it past Donnarumma to make it Club Brugge 2, Milan 0, as Club Brugge seal the 3 points at home in Belgium, as we surely now will fall to defeat in our first Champions League group game, which is not what we would have wanted at all. I feel the weakened side here against Club Brugge. You would have seen that in the starting lineup back at the start. If you want to go back and rewind that, you're welcome to. But basically, it finishes 2-0. Actually, there, David Pino is also injured for only 8 days, so that is a relief as well. And Cesar Montes comes to us thanking us for playing him. And Pino also accepts his contract extension. So that brings to a close the 19th episode of the Milan Crimo, guys. This is how the league table is looking after 3 Serie A games. Us joint top with 7 points. Nobody with a 100% record so far. And this is how our Champions League group is looking. Us on, Man United also won. And the next episode you'll see us play Pescara, Torino, and Porto. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Milan Career Mode very soon.